Good evening, viewers, and welcome to today's news bulletin. Here are the headlines of the day. Prime Minister Narendra Modi attends G7 summit in Hiroshima, Japan, holds bilateral meetings with top leaders of Japan, South Korea and Vietnam. RBI withdraws Rs 2,000 notes from circulation under Clean Note policy. NPP extends full support to government's decision of implementing roster system. Taxi Drivers Association rush to Sadar PS. Leaders confirm arrest of 5 persons. Prime Minister Narendra Modi participated at the G7 summit in Hiroshima, Japan today. He was welcomed by Japanese Prime Minister Fumio Kishida at the venue. At the summit, Prime Minister Narendra Modi and US President Joe Biden greeted each other warmly. On the sidelines of the G7 summit, Prime Minister Modi held bilateral talks with the Prime Minister of Japan, President of South Korea and Prime Minister of Vietnam. During the meeting with the Prime Minister of Japan, Fumio Kishida, both leaders discussed ways to enhance India-Japan friendship across different sectors, including trade, economy and culture. According to the External Affairs Ministry, both the Prime Ministers discussed ways to synergize efforts of their respective G7 and G20 presidencies and the need to highlight the voice of Global South. The Reserve Bank of India (RBI) has decided to withdraw the Rs 2,000 denomination bank notes from circulation. This move is initiated as a part of the RBI's Clean Note policy aimed at ensuring the availability of high-quality banknotes for public use. The RBI has also provided a window until September 30th, 2023 for the public to either deposit or exchange their Rs 2,000 banknotes. The central bank has expressed its expectation that the 4-month period provided is sufficient for people to return the majority of these notes back to the banks. The Finance Secretary has also clarified to the media after the RBI's announcement that it is a move by the RBI and not the government. It was also informed that this is not demonetization but just a replacement of the Rs 2,000 note. The National People's Party, while extending full support to the MDA 2.0 for the decisions that it has taken on the implementation of the roster, has asserted that the roster will now be put in place, will safeguard all communities of the state, irrespective of their tribal status. Speaking to media persons here, Cabinet Minister and NPP leader Ambreen Lingdor said that a retrospective application of the roster will not arise as all departments in the state of Meghalaya for the first time will be adopting a roster in a prospective nature. Referring to the walkout by VPP from the all-party meeting, NPP President W.R. Karluki said that this reservation policy of 1972 is done under Article 16, Clause 4, which is very clear that reservation is done on the basis to uplift the weaker section of the society.
A uniform data of implementation of roster across all 9 departments in the state of Meghalaya.
Time, with due respect to us politicians, when we became politicians, we thought that we knew everything. We started defining the constitution in our own ways. That's why I put this question today. Article 16, Clause 4 say like this, but where did the constitution did ever mention that reservation will be on the basis of population? I want an answer, but nobody answered.
Shortly after the all-party meeting on the roster system, the state BJP expressed its satisfaction over the roster system which the government intends to introduce. Addressing a press conference here, BJP leader H.M. Shangliang, who himself is the chairman of an internal committee of the BJP on roster, said that the party is satisfied that the roster that is going to be introduced as it will benefit youths and job seekers. During the all-party meeting, the political parties were given presentation and their doubts were cleared, and the BJP understood that this roster is not going to affect anyone.
We were satisfied that the roster system that is going to be introduced in the state is going to benefit the youths, is going to benefit the job seekers. Going in line with the other parties, we have all agreed that the roster system that the state government is going to implement is satisfactory, and whatever doubts that was in our minds and in the minds of the people of the state has been cleared today.
The situation arising out of the assault of 2 local taxi drivers in the city is yet to die down as leaders and members of the East Khasi Hills Local Taxi Welfare Association gathered outside the Sardal police station today to meet the officer in charge and investigating officer to inquire about the arrest of 5 persons. Only the leaders of the association were allowed to enter the premises and meet the police officers. 5 persons were arrested by Shillong police with the help of Guwahati police from Guwahati yesterday after the 2 drivers were assaulted. After coming out of the police station, the leaders confirmed the arrest of the 5 individuals from Guwahati.
Reply given by the IPS officer, who is the IO, investigation officer of this case. So he have given us an assurance that this is the real accused that they have caught from Guwahati last night. So we asking them why did they fled from Shillong. The answer that they given us that this person they have scared the life, and after at the same time their family members they urged them to fled from Shillong.
The Amrit Yuva Kalotsav, the festival of music, dance and drama, is being held at the State Central Library. The 3-day event, which was inaugurated on Friday evening, will showcase different forms of dances which are performed on different parts of the country. Meghalaya Governor Pagu Chauhan, who inaugurated the Kalotsav, lauded the efforts to showcase the rich dance forms to the world, even as he congratulated the participants for taking part in the 3-day cultural extravaganza.
हमारे यशस्वी प्रधानमंत्री के नेतृत्व में हमारा देश अपने इतिहास के एक बहुत ही महत्वपूर्ण दौर से गुजर रहा है, जिसके कारण देश की संस्कृति वैचारिक परिदृश्य में बदलाव आ रहा है। वैश्विक परिदृश्य के भारत उपस्थिति लगातार मजबूत हो रही है। देश के विभिन्न क्षेत्रों में विकास का मार्ग प्रशस्त हो रहा है। ऐसे में अपने गौरवशाली इतिहास उपलब्धियों को उत्सव मनाने
The maximum temperature recorded was 25.4 degrees Celsius and the minimum temperature was 15.2 degrees Celsius. The relative humidity in the morning was 63%, while it was 57% in the evening. The forecast says light to moderate rain is very likely to occur at few places. This is a reminder that our news bulletin is also available live on our YouTube channel, Facebook, Instagram and Twitter. In addition to watching on television, viewers may visit the DD News Shillong YouTube channel to tune in to our daily bulletin. And before we wind up, here's the headlines once again. Prime Minister Narendra Modi attends a G7 summit in Hiroshima, Japan, holds bilateral meetings with top leaders of Japan, South Korea and Vietnam. RBI withdraws Rs 2,000 notes from circulation under Clean Note policy. NPP extends full support to government's decision of implementing roster system. And Taxi Drivers Association rush to Sardar PS. Leaders confirm arrest of 5 persons. And with that, we've come to the end of today's edition of the News Bulletin. Do join us back tomorrow at the same time. Good night.